Hello children, in today's class, let us understand the nuances of an application for job in order to score full marks. As you can see, an application for job has two parts. First, the application part, which all of you are familiar with, and the second part is known by different names. You could call it a biodata or a resume, not resume, or even a CV. CV stands for curriculum vitae, vital information about your curriculum. So, the second part of an application could be called either a biodata or a resume or a CV. Since all of you are quite familiar with the application part, let us run through the components quickly in order to save some time. As you can see in the sample, we begin with the applicant's address followed by date, recipient's address, subject, salutation, body of the application, subscription and signature. When you read the body of application carefully, you would notice that the source of information, that means the source from which we have come to know about the vacancy, is mentioned. Do remember to mention this in your application. Let us now understand each component of a biodata carefully as per the application given on the previous slide. The candidate Shekhar Menon is applying for the post of a software engineer. Let us design our biodata as per that application. A biodata always begins with the name of the candidate followed by father's name. But the most important question is how to calculate the date of birth. If you study the second box carefully, you would notice that the child is 17 years of age by the time he finishes his class 12, plus 4 years of engineering plus 5 years of experience. So 17 plus 4 plus 5 equal to 26 years. That means Shekhar Menon is 26 years old in 2021. So let us go 26 years back from 2021 and we arrive at 1995. So Shekhar Menon was born in 1995. The next part of the biodata is the educational qualifications. Always ensure to furnish the information in the tabular form as shown on the slide for easy reference for yourself as well as for the examiner. The table tells us that Shekhar Menon did his 10th in 2010. He did his 12th in 2012 and his engineering in 2016. You might ask, how did we arrive at these years? A child is usually 15 years of age by the time he completes his class 10. And on the previous slide, we had calculated Shekhar Menon's year of birth as 1995. So 1995 plus 15 equals to 2010. So 10th in 2010 plus 2 years for 12th in 2012 plus 4 years of engineering. So his engineering is completed in the year 2016. Always remember to calculate the years of passing for each degree in this manner. This slide acquaints us with the next 5 parts of the biodata: experience, marital status, languages spoken, hobbies and achievements. Whatever may be the experience you are asked to furnish, do split it into 2 or 3 parts of 3 or 4 years each. What is important to remember here is to keep the last part of the experience in working condition. Never say, I worked in this company from this year to this year in the last column. It would mean that you have left the job before you got a new one, and that does not reflect well. So, the last part of the experience should always be written in the ing form. I have marked it in red to act as a reminder for you. Marital status, languages spoken are easy enough to understand. As far as hobbies are concerned, it would be better if you could show one hobby as a relaxing and unwinding one and the other hobby related to your job. Like gardening helps you to de-stress and unwind, while web designing helps you to perfect yourself in your job. The next part, achievements, are easy enough to understand, but I would like to draw your notice to the fact that the Best Employee Award given in 2018 was by Rainbow Wares, since he was working with that firm in that particular year. Let us move on to the next part of the resume, which is references. Now, what are references? References are names and addresses of two people who know you very well and who can vouch for you and your character with the prospective employers. In this condition, mention at least two names and addresses, one whom you know in professional capacity and one whom you know on a personal level. If you read the references, you would see that Mr. Manohar Nair is acquainted with Shekhar Menon through job, whereas Mrs. Anita Kumar's home address is similar to that of Shekhar Menon, so he knows Mrs. Anita Kumar on a personal level. So it would be better if you mention the two references as one in a professional capacity and one on a personal level. We now move on to the salary expected. Never be humble enough to quote too low a figure or be arrogant enough to quote a very high figure. Always be reasonable in order to sound as a sane and sensible candidate. The last part of the biodata is address for communication. Be sure to give your postal address and the email ID and the phone number for easy contact. With this, we complete all the components of a biodata. Two more examples of resume are furnished for your easy reference and practice. Practice each step thoroughly and well for memory for the board exam. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments box and I shall be very happy to answer them.